Okay, folks. Here we go. 9/11, synthetic terror made in the USA. Now with the 46 drills of 9/11, Webster Griffin Tarpley, 5th edition. And we're going to read from where I left off. The myth of the 21st century. Asked about how 9/11 came about, this source replied, quote, "This was not primarily Islamic at all. I'm sure there were Islamic elements, but what is behind this is a deeply embedded conspiratorial and organized operation that took 2+ years to put together, probably longer. These were people who were able to make sophisticated moves on the markets right before it happened. It was very carefully initiated and carried out using American dissident groups, of which there are a lot, some quite violent. Probably the militia element would have been tapped, although you have to keep in mind they are a cover for something else. In any case, what I can say to you with certainty, this was not done by a handful of Islamic fanatics, not 19 men with box cutters, which is directed by a man on dialysis in a cave. Doesn't happen that way. You can't knock down 4 buildings with 2 planes. Okay, this is the domino theory. General Mirza Aslam Beg of Pakistan voiced the doubt of his own government, even as Pakistan was being employed as a staging area for the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan. General Beg, B-E-G, commented that, quote, "Many of us in this region believe that Osama or his Al-Qaeda were not responsible for 11 September attack in New York and Washington. Yet the coalition led by United States is busy on, quote, Afghanistan bashing, end quote, chasing objectives which go much beyond Osama bin Laden. The information which is now coming up goes to prove that involvement by the, quote unquote, rogue elements of the U.S. military and intelligence organizations is getting more obvious. Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda definitely do not have the know-how and the capability to launch such operations involving such high precision coordination based on information and expertise." That is from the EIR of December 10, 2001. I forget what the EIR is. Something report. I forget. Leading British academics also found the U.S. official version unpalatable. Fred Halliday, Halliday, Fred Halliday, London School of Economics professor of international relations and a well-known expert in the Middle East, told the BBC on 11 September that he would look for a domestic origin within the U.S. of the September 11th event, along the lines of the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing, which was a deep state operation. Search out on Rumble or on it's no longer on YouTube. It used to be on YouTube, but YouTube scrubbed everything during the COVID coup that was anything to do with inside jobs of the government, because they didn't want you to know that COVID coup was an inside job. But look up, what's his name? Ole, O-L-E, last name is Demagard, D-E-M-M-A-G-A-R-D. Hashtag Demagarden, E-N at the end is a verb. a lot of people are using that for exposing these. Oklahoma City bomb was a total inside job. He explains it thoroughly, how everything was done by deep state government officials, by military men, which Timothy McVeigh, that they blamed it on, was a military man, and so was Terry Nichols. And why they bombed it? Because of Little Rock, Arkansas, all the Bill Clinton's legal files for the cases against all of the crooked involvement of the governor of Arkansas, who became president because he was a CIA asset during the whole Iran-Contra, bringing cocaine into the country so it can be turned into crack cocaine, so it can destroy black empowerment movements by turning them into gang thugs. Okay, just search out him, Ole Demigard, on Spotify or on Rumble, because all of the stuff's been taken off of YouTube now. Or just go to his website, which is Light, L-I-G-H-T, Light on Conspiracies, because he puts the light on it and shows all the bullshit lies of them. Okay, the Arab world in general was not buying Washington's account, especially in the absence of concrete evidence, which they've never provided. The Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung, some German paper, the leading conservative daily in Germany, lamented towards the end of November that the Arab public preferred its own, quote, conspiracy theories, end quote, to the assurances offered by the Bush administration. The Arabs complain that FAZ, I don't know what that stands for, FAZ, tend to believe that, quote, Frankfurt Allgemeine, that magazine, FAZ. Okay, the Arabs complain that magazine tend to believe that, quote, American intelligence circles planned and executed the September 11th attack in order to launch a long-prepared general assault against the Arab and Muslim world. As an example, the FAZ, that's the paper, cited the November 3rd lead editorial by Dr. Mustafa Mohammed in the semi-official Egyptian newspaper Al-Ahram, Al-Ahram. Quote, history has not ended. Slowly, the truth is emerging. American groups planned and executed the attack of September 11th. The anthrax cases in the United States are a further indication for this. And the anthrax cases was delivered from bioweapons labs in Fort Detrick to members of the Congress who wouldn't sign the Patriot Act, so they would sign the Patriot Act, which was written way before September 11th. We don't know what else will come up in the coming days. History has not ended yet. There are murderers around who have not been punished. Criminals who have not paid the price. Have not paid the price for their deeds. That's from that same paper, FAZ, November 23rd, 2001, and from EIR. Okay, the next section, I'm not going to read it because I'm dozing off here. I woke up super early, went to school teaching only for 3 hours, but I got paid for a half day, which is great. And I taught yesterday, got paid a lot more than I normally get charged. More than I normally get paid. sleepy, as you can tell. Oh, well, I better get ready for work. Stop dozing off on you guys. I'll read more. You tell me which ones you want me to read. I've been reading a lot of books. 9/11 Synthetic Terror, Barack Obama by the same author, the unauthorized biography. I'm reading Power versus Force, amazing book by the late Dr. PhD, MD, Dr. R. Hawkins, Hawkins. That's the official authorized edition. It's like the 10th edition or something. And I'm reading The Wuhan Coverup by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Oh, and I'm also reading a book by Ole Demigard, which is about his journeys in Iran, along with a bunch of other books. But you tell me which one you want me to read more of, and I'll read more of that one. But I don't know which ones get more views. It's not like we have an organic view on any of this stuff. Everything I do is shadow banned because my name was taken down. Everything was taken down during the pandemic and slightly before the pandemic that had a relationship to my name. Tim Janakis, Janakos. Don't knock us until you try us. Tim Janakis. Okay, but I don't care. I'm not going to stop. One day the algorithms will stop. We'll have court order to stop them from taking away our human rights to speak freely and openly about the truth, and we'll take them to court and to jail, the criminals of the September 11th and the same criminals that brought us the COVID coup, a lot of them. All right, peace out, kids. Don't give up no matter what they do to you. At least I'm not in exile like on Sado Island or something. Peace out.